Hey, what up, Big Rat? 310 back at it, trying to go 3 for 3 on videos today. Chaos Kid 01 or 001. You gave me this request a long time ago, and now I finally have it to you. My King of the Pen. That's right, it's called the King of the Pen. Let's see. Today's contestants, we have Batista, Unleashed, just coming back from his win off the William Regal book. And we also have Adam Copeland, On Edge. Now, let's start with this guy. As you know, to me this was a very, very good book. You learn a lot about Dave and his life. It is kind of tragic. I've already talked about how he grew up in a really tough neighborhood. He was a really bad kid. Growing up to the business, all his road stories are pretty funny. Towards the back of the book, actually, it's I don't think I mentioned this in my other video. Towards the back of the book, she actually has an entire chapter devoted to road stories, like an entire 30 pages devoted to really, really funny stories. And you really have to check it out. Some are incredibly funny. Especially if he talks about the sign guy, who you never hear about anyone. This guy talks about the sign guy in great detail. He's a grandfather. He was trained by the Wild Samoans, getting into the business. His love of his life, who he lost. And then she got cancer. Then she had cancer. And she got cured, but he says he still loves her to this day, but they just can't get married. Very good book. Highly recommendable. I don't want to talk too much about it because I already did in my first King of the Pen. So I'm just adding, because I know I didn't mention the road story chapter. Batista Unleashed. Talking about backstage feuds, injuries, return. You really have to check this book out. It was published October 2007. Now let's get to this guy. If you're wondering why I'm holding by the edges, because it's a little torn apart, and I want it to be in semi-good condition. Adam Copeland, On Edge. Now, this book is paperback. Big mistake. Get it hardcover. Trust me. Even if it's an extra $1, get it hardcover, because it breaks apart easily. This book was very good. It talks about early days in Canada. It talks about growing up with a lot of wrestlers who he refers to by nickname, but along the book you meet Jay. Jay is Jason Reno, in case you don't get it, which was Christian. He mentions Jay a lot throughout the book. They grew up in the same city, which I knew they had grown close together, and they were best friends, but I didn't know that they grew up in the same city and grew up as kids. Christian, everybody knows that Edge went to WrestleMania 6 to see Hogan versus Warrior, but what they don't know is that Christian was there too. Great book. I also did some research. Fatty, who he calls Fatty in this book, is also Kizarny. So yes, Kizarny is in this book also. It talks getting into business. It's all right. If you really pay attention and focus, you'll enjoy the getting into business part. And now it really makes it interesting. It talks about the Brood, the TLC years, and the Edge and Christian years. That takes up the bulk of the book, and that is very, very good. Gotta say, that's the entire book right there. The bulk of it, how his turn with Christian, how they tried to have a program, but he says it didn't really work out. They could have done a lot better. How he says that the Hardys really should have won the TLC match at SummerSlam. I don't want to get too much into it. I don't want to reveal a lot. But at the SummerSlam in TLC, when he talks about how he speared Lita, he talks about how Lita's such a great person, and he speared Lita, and he calls her crazy Leets for taking all these daredevil stunts. All that kept running through my mind was, dude, right now they're friends. And he's talking about how he's best friends with Matt Hardy. Right now, they're friends. And I looked at myself, this book was made in November of 2004. In about 2 years, he's going to betray him. And that really hurt the book. If he had made this book now, maybe he could have at least put a disclaimer or something saying, hey, I'll give Lita a break. We were in love. It was just a complicated situation. But since it was made in 2004 and they hadn't really fallen in love yet, that we know of, it was really hard to like read through the parts of him talking about Lita without getting a little weird inside. It talks about numerous injuries. Numerous. Oh, he really wanted to get in here. His thing with Kurt Angle. The Kurt Angle stories are pretty funny. And also he talks about working with Hulk Hogan, working with Eddie Guerrero, which you also see on the DVD. And then he talks about how finally in 2003, the necks were just too much of a problem for him, and he had to leave the business. The book ends with him just returning, spearing Eric Bischoff. And don't everyone give him a little slack. He was in tremendous pain. So when he comes back and he was all huge, everyone said, oh, he's definitely on roids. He was in tremendous pain, like, honestly, tremendous pain. Yes, did he take some painkillers? Yes. Did he probably take some that were not really prescribed? It wouldn't surprise me. But I would give the guy a break after having neck surgery like that. But, like, he doesn't really go into his personal life, like what he likes, what he dislikes. Kind of got to me a little. But he doesn't really have many road stories. Yeah, but I guess his stories about the TLC Dynasty years are pretty good. So overall, who's better? Adam Copeland on Edge or Batista Unleashed? And the winner of the King of the Pen is... Aha! Oh, wait. I'm gonna have to go with... This is hard. No, it's the right choice. Batista Unleashed. Like I said, reading through the parts on him talking about Lita makes you feel really bad inside, because you realize, holy crap, he's gonna sleep with her and cheat on Matt, and it's really hard to enjoy the book when you're reading about that. He doesn't really get into his personal life, and he doesn't have a lot of road stories. It is a very good book. It's very good. I just think that this is better, Chaos Kid, and you wanted my recommendation on which one is better, and I'm telling you, this one is the better book. It has a chapter devoted to road stories. I even found out that he got this thing. He got that from Shane McMahon about a machete. So, yeah, you'll learn a lot about this book. It's very good, highly recommended. I recommend both books, but you asked me which one was better because I know you're about to get one, and I'm telling you it's Batista Unleashed. Okay, that's it. 3 videos for today, and I'm done. Guys, send in questions for a Q&A. Come on, I only need like 2 questions, and I'm done. I'll make my Q&A video. Okay, that's it. I'm Big Rat. 3, 10, out. Peace.